Gang Dean here, and I'm going to give you a little Sunday sermon. Apparently a few people who watch my videos are a little bit concerned that I can be a little bit aggressive in my tone and use some naughty words, some bad language. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to apologise for that, right? Here's where we're at. I'm going to give you a couple of points, and I'm going to give you the lay of the land. Here's the lay of the land. I've been fighting this little war. I've seen it coming now for at least 20 years. I've been publicly involving myself in opposing a lot of this nonsense that's been getting rolled out. I was always told I was a little bit extreme. You're always a little bit out there. And I toned myself down for years and years, even though I was still banging the same drum. I've been, I think, a candidate in six different elections. Not because I wanted to get elected, because I want to beat that drum and let everybody know this was coming. There are videos of me 5 to 10 years ago talking about extreme immigration. There are videos of me 5 to 10 years ago talking about these kiddie fiddling ass, people. There are videos of me talking about the climate change scam and the high taxes and the fact that our cost of living was going to go through the roof. I've been correct for a goddamn long time. A long time. So you're going to have to forgive me that now I'm a little bit, I'm not going to say unhinged because this is all very, very planned, right? But I'm far less politically correct, which is hard for me to say, right? And I'll tell you why I'm far less politically correct. I spent 15 grand and 2 weeks driving around Eden Monero for a by-election, fighting the good fight, pushing the good narratives to get 150 votes. Because Australians, in that context, are dummies. We keep voting in people who are raping and pillaging us. We keep voting in people who hate us. We keep voting for high, useless immigration with countries that hate us. People who want to use machetes against us. People who want to bring sharia law in here and have no respect whatsoever for the Aussie way of life. We keep on voting for this green delusion of climate change called weather people. Now, I got 150 votes for the cost of 15 grand plus whatever else the party threw into it, which was a couple of signs and some t-shirts, to be fair. Right, I'm no longer affiliated with a political party. I still believe the message, and I'm still correct. But here's the difference. Here's where we're at. All those videos, I could go through them all, and there might be, at best, 10 people look at them, 50 people look at them, 100 people look at them. Nobody knows who the hell I am. After 15 years of telling you people the things that you all agree with, but are only just starting to realise it. But let me tell you, I go on a couple of rants here, throw in the odd F, the odd C, the odd I'm not taking this shit from you Muppets anymore. And all of a sudden, we're talking 200,000-300,000 people going, who's this guy? How come we never heard of him? Why isn't this guy in Parliament? I'm not in Parliament because none of you people would vote for me because I was too soft and sensitive, or the opposite way. I was too over the top and scared all you while you were being normies, right? And now you're all starting to see it bite you on the backside. You can see the LGBT movement has turned from we want to be able to get married into minor attracted peoples is okay. And that we need special rights because we're different. And now that men can use women's bathrooms and men can play women's sports as long as they're wearing enough lipstick, we're seeing power bills going through the roof. We're seeing our taxes go through the roof. We're seeing a digital ID plan being rolled out in the name of protecting kids. Don't pretend it's anything else. If it is, you're sillier than I thought. I'm correct on all these topics. 100% correct. I'm not even a maybe correct. And the majority of you sensible Australians know it. The ones who don't know it are the ones who are still drinking the Kool-Aid and think Albo loves you, and you're the kind of guy who would go to a stripper and when she says, I love you so much, you go, oh, she loves me. How good's that? You people are stupid. I'm not even trying to appeal to you. But here's the reality. A couple of tirade-filled rants, and we're talking 200,000-300,000 views. People are going, who's this guy? Where are you at? What's going on here? How do we fix it? What do we do? So, yeah. I'm not going to be censoring myself. I'm not going to be too soft. And if you're sitting there going, your biggest issue with me is the naughty words I use, I'm going to recommend you have a look at something called mass immigration. And not good immigration, not competent people who come here to bring their families and build good lives. I'm talking these clowns that they come over here and wield machetes and want to rape and pillage and, bring in their sharia law. You should be more concerned about that than my potty mouth rip-roaring on these bastards. I also think you should possibly be looking at the amount of underage children that are being sexually violated by people who can't, manage themselves and getting away with it. I think you should have a bit of a look at that. If you're a parent or a grandparent, you probably want to have a good hard look at that and think to yourself, why am I not standing up and fighting this? And if you're sitting there and you think you're part of some silent majority that is one day going to come out and go, oh, well, we're just going to do it. It happened with the Scott Morrison election. It was a farce and it was a joke, and it sort of half happened with The Voice. And what have they done with The Voice? They've rolled it out into a treaty. They've just changed the game a little bit, and you're still sitting there saying nothing more than apparently I swear too much. This is on you, people. We are getting our bums kicked by these left lunatics who want to bring in psychos, who want to encourage psychos, and want to, effectively control your children. Our education system's failing, where our kids are coming out hopeless, can barely read or write. But my bad language is the problem. Your cowardice is the problem. Unfortunately, even if you agree with me and I love you to death and I'm happy to keep banging my head against this brick wall and picking this fight for you, every time you say something like, oh, I'm afraid I'll lose my job, would you think that threat doesn't happen to me every week? You think that's not a possible issue for me every week? I don't have any immunity. None. I'm not special. Just not afraid. You guys need to have a good hard look at yourselves.